Injustice. Discrimination against immigrants. All around the world, millions of people immigrate from their countries every year. They leave as a result of deadly conflict, economic turmoil, climate disasters, lack of access to good education, and more. All of them hope for opportunities, peace, and comfort for themselves and their families in their new host countries. However, due to xenophobia, discrimination, and exploitation, hundreds of thousands of immigrants struggle to live the lives they have fought and dreamed of leading. My parents are immigrants from India, and they never experienced extreme amounts of discrimination. However, I could tell that some adults seemed to dislike interacting with them and felt uncomfortable around them. Also, when I was younger, I had a friend who was an immigrant, and I heard stories of her friends disrespecting her because she was foreign. It angers me that immigrants like my parents, who simply want better lives, are treated awfully and discriminated against, and it's clear something needs to change. The unfair treatment of immigrants is an important issue in the world because thousands of people are abused, ridiculed, and exploited in their new homes simply for having a different background. People migrate to seek better lives, but when immigrants experience prejudice, they feel fearful and unsafe. Prejudice and negative beliefs toward immigrants also prevent a country from feeling united and fuels mistrust and hatred between people in the country. A source I picked that explains the issue is called Workplace Discrimination and Undocumented First-Generation Latinx Immigrants, which was written by the University of Chicago. According to the article, immigrants desperate for work often have more dangerous jobs, and employers tend to create more abusive working conditions by giving immigrants, especially undocumented ones, longer and more demanding tasks. This is because of the IRCA, a law created in 1986 that limited the rights of undocumented immigrants. A study was conducted to assess working conditions for immigrants, and the university used this information, writing, immigrant workers experience 300 more workplace fatalities and 61,000 more workplace injuries annually than native-born workers. Undocumented immigrants who have rights want to be able to work safely. However, because of employers wanting to exploit them, they unjustly suffer in the workplace, and many stay quiet, fearing deportation. Another source I used was a video titled Syrian Refugees in Turkey Fear Turkish Police, which was created by an organization called the Human Rights Watch. The interview follows the story of a Syrian refugee who, like many other Syrians, was mistreated by the police. Despite having a temporary protection card, which allowed him to legally live and work in Turkey, a police officer discovered his immigrant status and unjustly sent him to a detention center. He described his experience, saying, each room was small, about 2 by 2 meters. There was a lot of psychological torture. We had only 2 meals a day. There was a lot of beating and humiliation. Despite being an innocent man, he was wrongly mistreated simply for being an immigrant. This resulted in him taking taxis from then on to avoid any interactions with the police. So what? Discrimination against and mistreatment of immigrants is a crucial issue that requires an immediate solution. To combat prejudice against immigrants, countries must educate its youth and adults about the struggles of migrants during their journeys and in their new homes to build trust and empathy. New laws need to be enacted within countries that prevents the denial of needed services to and ensures safe and fair working conditions to all immigrants. Finally, within the international community, pressure must be placed on countries that fail to treat its immigrants with dignity and equality. Change needs to occur now, and only then can we create a better world, not only for immigrants, but for everyone.